Yeah, welcome sheeple. So this video is going to be about tier list. So I am finally decided to make a goddamn tier list, and before I will start with doing a light unit, then flying unit, and then heavy unit, and the AGS separately because AGS has its own stuff. It's kind of iffy to use it in terms of the integration of the team setup. Alright, before we do anything else, disclaimer. This is my personal opinion, so always take that as a grain of salt. So, if you're going to complain, oh no, this is, you're stupid, your tier list is all wrong, or this is gonna make your other sheeples not gonna do proper studying of the LO, screw that. Make your own video. I'm just gonna make my own. Second, this is not final, meaning that this tier list can change anytime, even if like one day after this thing posted, or like 3 months later. So, keep in mind that this tier list will change up and down, depends on the what developer want to do, buff or debuff units, whatever they want to decide to do. Thirdly, there are other good sites that you can study for. So don't just take my word for it. Go read it yourself. So there's a Wikia, fandom Wikia for Last Origin. There are Discord. There are guides and a bunch of unit descriptions. So pick your own. Choose your own tier list, so to speak. So study for yourself and then do a thing. Alright. So today we're doing a light unit, and then it's separated into the 4 category: OP, A, B, trash. So OP is obviously you should definitely use it. A and B's are just how good they are, and then trash is like pretty much you don't need it. I am also going to include how many unit you're supposed to farm ish. So it's either you usually get a 1 unit, and then there's a 5 core link, so usually 6, sort of speaking. Don't worry about anything that except the SS tier link, pretty much, but I'll say it regardless for everyone, and I'll try to put the chapters for each unit and why I think they belong to each tiers. Alright, cool. Alright, let's start with the higher with the SS light attacker. So Alexander or Alexandra, she is B tier list. The reason being is she used to be almost trash because she has nothing. Her passive is really hard to trigger, but now her passive is now easier to trigger. She can do AoE, and she boosts XP gain for every unit. So she's moved from the trash to B tier, but still she's not enough to become a A tier, and that's inherently because there are better electric damage dealers other than the Alexandria. So she's still a little bit hard to trigger her AoE passive, so AoE active pretty much. So she's a B tier, and you want to farm, I say 7. So 6 for full core link unit and 1 for no core link unit, and then you use the no link unit as a XP folder, so she boosts everyone's XP, and it'll be nice if she can attack everyone as well. Going to next light attacker SS, Sowan is A tier. She used to be A tier in the old times, and then brought it back because there were better units, but she got recently buffed, so she does nice damage. She follows up attack. She have armor penetration, so she's a solid A tier. The problem with her for being OP tier because she needs other light units, and then her armor penetration is absolutely trash. So there's that. So she's a solid A tier. You know, you should definitely raise it. You should farm 6 units. Her no core link is kind of useless, so she's solid A tier. Going next, Kaen. Kaen is A tier. I would, if you don't. The problem with Kaen is that it's really good unit if you can get your unique item for her, which is called the Dust Storm. The problem is that Dust Storm is not farmable in the normal stage, so you have to farm it in a special stage or event stage, pretty much. But she's so good at being a tank. She's not good at attacker. She's so good at being a tank. And she's the only couple of unit that can possibly get a self-provoke, so everyone will target her and then she can evade every one of them. So she's solid A tier, but it might be hard for newbies to get her. So amount of unit you wanna totally farm for Kaen is around 7. So you get 1 full core and 1 no unit, and then you can farm, do whatever you want. Next is Shirayuri. So she is, I would almost put a trash, but I have to give a B tier. So she does fire damage. She support other unit that has reconnaissance, but that's it. She just doesn't have any other kicks to it. Her support attack doesn't do much. Like it doesn't cover the area of the map. So she is kind of iffy about her support attack, and her damage is not that great without any fire debuff resistance, and she doesn't have much. So it's kind of meh-ish SS tier. I mean, she does her fine job. It's just that she doesn't have a kick to be an A or O unit. So she's a B tier. You should get 6 units. So full link. Next one is Charlotte. Where's Charlotte? Come on, Charlotte. I know you're in there. Where's Charlotte? There you go. Oh my god. B tier. Here's a problem. Charlotte is excellent for single unit, and that's it. She doesn't do much to a team or any other unit. She only buffs, kind of buff herself-ish, and then she's really good against one unit, and that's it. And you know, there's not many, you know, the stage with all the single enemies or something like that. So, and then she have a kind of iffy defense penetration as well. She's only solely at 1 unit, and then, you know, you can just, if you need to use it, probably okay. But it's just not, consider the old wave is a multiple unit, and you want to kill as many units at the one fast as possible. She kind of hits the B tier. You can possibly farm her 7 because you want to get a full link and a no link for her. Next one is a Poi. I would like to give a A link, but the problem is she's similar to the Charlotte, that she doesn't do much with the other teammates. She has a nice AoE, very unique AoE attack on her A2. The problem is she only buff herself, and then follow attack her companion character. The problem is that the all companion characters are defenders. So you have Lilith, S.Perrault, Fenrir, Hachiko, Snowfeather. They are all defenders. It's just not worth it. You can't make a team with a 4 defender and a 1 attacker. That just doesn't cut it. So she's excellent by her own. It's just that she does not have a team support that she can use with. So she's a B tier. And how many you need to farm is a 6. Next is the last SS attacker, which is Nicky Tracy, and I say B tier. She's very recently come out. She does electric damage like Alexander. She does a great debuff to the enemy as increase in damage taken. However, she's not good at attacking enemies. That is a problem. She's an attacker, but damage in terms of the AoE coverage and a single target, it's not that great. So it comes with the same problem with the Alexander, is that it's hard to trigger her passive. So it's kind of iffy, and I'll only give a B tier. You need to farm 7 for her, full link, full core link, and no link, and you use no link for mostly the debuff of her third passive. Alright, moving on to the S rank. So when I'm going for S rank, it's the inherently S rank, not you can upgrade to. But I also account for the upgrade of the rank as well. So first one is Valkyrie. Unfortunately, she is only a B tier, even if you upgrade to SS rank. Back in old days, like Valkyrie and S.Perrault was like the best you need to start with, and it is kind of true right now. But the whole meta has shifted, so that the Valkyrie is now kind of meh. Lilith is there; she can do better than her. S.Perrault is also there, and Valkyrie just doesn't cut it. Her SS rank gives a lot of her damage boost and the defense penetration. However, it just doesn't work with other units. She supports the other Valhalla teams, which includes Leona, Andivari, where is it? There's the what is her name? Bera, Albis. I'm missing one. Nymph. However, she doesn't do much other than those teams, so it's kind of iffy to use those things. And it's not fault of her own. It's her other support units are not that great, and she only targets only single target, and that's kind of not great for the current meta. Next one, Quick Camel. I would give her A rank. She used to be very bad, but she's becoming like a Sowan, as well as she's acting like a Sowan, which is support, let's say, other units, but she also follows attacks the Horde team, which is a Kaen team, and that is really great. If you make a Kaen team, she attacks multiple times that just enemy gets deleted eventually, and the buffs that she gets from the teammate is pretty decent. So it's really useful, and even if you upgrade to SS rank, it's even become more useful. So I would say A rank for her tier list. You need to get around 6. You don't need more than 6. Oh, for Valkyrie, you need around 7. 1 for spare, but I say 6 is fine as well. Okay, Phantom. Oh my god, I want to give her to B rank, A rank, but B rank. The problem is she only targets 1 unit, and she's the only few units that can remove buffs, and it is only easier to trigger if you only SS rank it. Even then, you have to wait for a turn, so it's kind of iffy. She is great for manual because she can remove the buff from the enemies, but that's it. Like, it just doesn't cut it for other way around. So you need to farm 6 full link. Next one is Veronica. She's gonna almost go to trash. if she didn't have a recent rework. So she support attacks all the Kyohei cult. The Church of Kyohei or Cult of Kyohei, whatever you want to call it. Problem is, all the Kyohei team has very slow attack or defender and supporter. There's like a 2 defender, 1 support, 1 attacker. And she follows attack all of them, but that team doesn't work together. Like, this is a problem with the Veronica, Valkyrie, Poi. They don't work together because the other teammate, it just doesn't cut it. Whereas Camel, hugely buffed by a Kaen, who's also A rank. So it's kind of shame that she doesn't work right now, but maybe in future. So you need to farm 6 for full link. Empress, B rank, B rank, just because she's the only ice attacker, I think, in the light unit except the Honglan that can, well, almost light attacker. Honglan is a support that does decent damage, ice damage. But the problem is, also she has a gimmick that, you know, she get 1 reduced damage, I think 2 reduced damage from the attack, 2 shield per wave. But that's it. She doesn't have anything else. She's just there taking damage, and then she does decent damage, but the problem is all the elemental attack needs huge elemental debuff to make it work. You need to farm 6 of them. Kaen is next light attacker, and I say solid A rank. She is easy to get, deals very high amount of damage, dual roll attack. You can pretty much delete 2 rolls, you know. I said light attacker. Mnemosyne is a defender, light defender. Kaen is a fire attack, you know, all those checks in. She's a decent unit. You can attack 2 roll in a 1 round if you build her correctly or equipment correctly. So I say she's solid A rank, noob friendly. That's true as well. She's also A rank, easy to get. You need to get 6 for the 4 link. Alright, Tachi. It's a trash. I'm sorry, it's a trash. I would love to like her. It's just that some reason SM Archjoy decide to put a elemental damage to her depends on the equipment. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Then that you might think it's gonna be off if you give an elemental damage of the each items that she was equipped to. However, some reason they decide that elemental damage is additive from the normal damage, so that does not consider as elemental damage. So she's completely trash. She doesn't do anything. Her damage output is lower than what it, you know, other units without elemental damage. So in a paper, she's very unique in a sense that she can do any elemental damage in the top of it, and then she can remove the counter attack in the critical whatever. But she just doesn't. She does no damage. That's the problem. She's trash for now. If might they bring some kind of buff later, she might be go up higher. But for now, she's a trash. You need to get 6 for the full link. Okay, next one is Boryeon. It's almost A rank, but I have to give up B rank just because her buffs are just fantastically nothing. She doesn't buff units around her that much, right? She only give like attack and speed, but doesn't do much. She does follow-up attack. She does roll attack. She's like a cheap version of the Sowan or Camel. But if I have to use another unit, I'll use Camel because I can follow up with any other Kaen's team, which are decent, you know, poor team. Whereas she doesn't have any she just only follows only a light unit, so it's kind of meh. She's decent if you don't have any of these Sowan or Camel, but Sowans and Camels are easy to get anyway. So she's only B tier, and then 6 for the full link. Lastly, main. Okay, I really have to think this one, and I think really the main is on the trash link. I'm sorry. I do liked her. It's just the problem is her buffs to the other units surrounding it is nothing. She only do AO only on the second active. Her buffs are pretty bad. It's decent, but she only buffs on the side of her and including herself, so which pretty much reduce the amount of number of units that buffs she gets. So it kind of meh. It has good damage, but kind of meh. Why would you use her? If you want a single target, go Charlotte. If you want an AoE, go Boryeon. or someone else. Kaen, Poi. You got a better kind of unit to use it. So she's only she's a trash until she get a, oh my god, what happened? Until she get a buff. Okay, if I remember correctly. Oops. Oh, it's all there. All right, cool. My bad. All right, time to go A rank. Oh my god, you need to get 6 of that for full link. Vanilla, same problem as the main. There you go. She has S rank upgrade. Even then, her buffs are just not cut it. She support attack on the side, and she, make the front one to be tanking. But her damage is too low to even begin with, and she only targets one. So why use her? If you have a Camel, just don't use Vanilla. Use Camel, and that's all you need to do. So she's a trash. Unfortunately, she's a trash. Go get 6 for the full link. Okay, Nymph. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I would love to give her a B rank, but trash as well. She even have her unique weapon, and even then she's kind of only situational that I can use it. Only situational. She needs to buff the unit right in front of her, and that's it. There's no other way you can use her. She's only there to buff a unit in front of it. Why would you use it then? Right? If she buffs more than one, yeah, maybe. She's probably great. But it just doesn't cut it. 6 for full link. Next one is... Where is my... Amy? Where's my Amy? Where's my Amy? There it is. B rank. She recently... Well, not recently. She got a SS rank upgrade. The problem with her is that she only does single target. She does everything fantastically. She buffs, a lot of units on the field. She does lots of damage. The problem is her passive to trigger, she need to land a kill, and that is absolutely hard for a unit to do it without a proper team formation. And if you're going to concentrate in buffing her, then your other units doesn't do damage, but you need to let her to kill something to make other unit to get a buff. So which kind of comes in a cycle that doesn't work. So she's only a B rank in my opinion. You need to get a 6 for the full link. Alright, Miho is next. She is solid A rank. So she's easy to get for user friendly. She does lots of damage. and then you can upgrade to SS rank to be used on the later stage. She is only slightly deficient from the OP stage, just because she doesn't have enough armor penetration. If she had enough armor penetration, she would be easily OP tier. The problem is she just doesn't have armor penetration, so she really setbacks on the later stage where enemy has lots of armor, lots of shield, and lots of the damage reduction. So otherwise, she's a solid pick. Newbie, UB use starting with the Miho. It's definitely start raising it and then upgrade all the way SS. Should be used on the later stage, and she should be fine. Alright, next one is the Elven Forest Maker. Alright, the Dark Elf, basically. Where is she? There we go. Yeah, I'm giving a B tier. I am giving a trash tier. I'm sorry. She buffs the unit on the back, and she got buffs if you have other elves in there. There are only 2 elves in the whole game. If there are more elves coming out, she might go up. But for now, she just doesn't have, oomph to make a team for it. You have to use Dark Elf, Light Elf, and the Celestia at the same team, and that's really hard to compose in terms of how to use it. So she is trash tier for now. But if you get more. Okay, Hyena is the next one, and she's A tier. There's a reason why she's A tier. She doesn't have any S or SS rank. All the A tier unit except Hyena has S and SS tier upgrade. She doesn't even have that. But the reason why she has A tier is that mainly because her first active is AoE. It's a square AoE, and there are not many units that can do square AoE. Poi is another one that can do kind of square AoE, and she's the only one who can do this properly. And another funny thing is, she is part of the horror team, and that is mainly why she gets the A rank. Because Kaen and Hamels are so good, if you put her in there, it does even great thing. So she's just between A and B. Just because she's easier to get, I'm going to give her A tier. I forgot about the Dark Elf 6 full link, and also 6 for the Hyena. Maybe 7 if you're just gonna farm something out of it, but yeah, 6 for now. Oh yeah, going back to B rank. B.Fotia, trash. She has A rank upgrade. The problem is she does only 1 unit target, I think, or roll, depends on the upgrade. She needs to stack her damage. Stacking is bad for last Origin game. I have to tell you that. I know it's not a meta right now, but stacking is bad. If you don't kill the enemy within a 3 round, you are dead. So pretty much every team formation is designed to kill unit as fast as possible. So stacking is bad, and B.Fotia needs stacking to do some damage. She's a trash. Okay, Leprechaun, trash. Not that her skills are that trash. She's a great skill. She has a great passive. Except that she has to be working with the brownie. That is the problem. She has S rank upgrade, so as the brownie. And the problem is she has to work with the brownie. Without brownie, she's useless. And brownie is not that great. That makes her trash tier. If a brownie was great, the team that set up for brownie was great, yeah. The problem is it requires a very specific team and doesn't do much. I can't use her without a brownie, and brownie cannot be used without any other Tomo or Draco or Werewolf, it's completely useless without them. So unfortunately, Africa is an A rank, and those are both 6 units. Werewolf is not trash. Just let's do it that she's just barely making the B rank, just because of con team. She's a great for single target unit, does lots of damage. Only works with brownie teams or con team. And because con team is there, she just barely made to B rank. You need 6 of them to make it, but you don't need her from the con team, so there's that. Tomo, trash. Can't use it without a brownie. That's the problem. They're all single target unit and they can't be used without a brownie. It just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. So I would say trash tier, and the you need a 6 for the full link. Next, Dutch girl. I personally think she's a trash tier. You just can't use it other than farming. She's only used for very low tier level farming. 3.1-E31EX normal stage. Other than that, she is used nowhere. And there's not a moment I think, oh, I need to use a Dutch girl. Never. So unfortunately, in my perspective, there is absolutely no reason to make her. So she is trash tier. Like, you can't function without having these any units. So trash. You need a 6 for full link, or depends on what you want to do farming. Alright, last attacker in the whole thing on the light unit is Tianxian, and she's a trash. And just because she only has A rank upgrade, and she does single target, both active 1, active 2. Why? I'd rather use a Charlotte. You know, she does more damage. She kills everything in one shot pretty much. Or, you know, just use someone else who can do better. No reason. Like, she doesn't do anything special. So she's unfortunately trash tier, 6 for full link. Alright, going to the defender type. Okay. Starting with SS. Black Lilith. B tier. The problem with Black Lilith was she was great on the beginning of the last origin. However, now she is kind of fall behind pretty much. She doesn't protect too much. She only protects on her front of the units, three in the front, and doesn't do much in terms of protection. She does counter attack, which it does decent damage. But why would you use all this when you can use Fenrir? So she's only a B tier, doesn't do with anything other team. Her active 2 is pretty decent for single attack unit, for receiving single attack damage. But other than that, it's kind of meh. So I'm only giving her B tier. Next one, Fenrir. Also B tier. She is acting like a more like a attacker, not a defender. But she only targets 1, and she only buffs herself. So she can protect units in a row, 2 units. However, in the front row, basically, whoever is in the same row, same column as her. But she her role is as a defender counter attacker. And she does decent damage, but iffy. Like, doesn't buff any units, just buff herself, doesn't do much. So she is only a B tier. Alright, next one is Mari, B tier. this is unfortunate. A.Maria has like so many buffs on her that she got, and she'll even have a unique item, but it's just that she doesn't do what is like her role is not defined properly. Is she an attacker? No. Is she a defender? It and her passive is triggered by a stacking, and stacking is bad. So she is a B tier. Oh, so I forgot all three of them. So all Lilith 6, Fenrir 6, Mari 6. You don't need to get more. Alright, Himiko is A tier. She is very recently come out, more or less recently come out. She does great defending ability, which is she's putting a I think it's a shield. Yeah, it just pretty much what the Empress does, but she does it for the units around her, which is, you know, absolutely insanely powerful for a very short burst team, because she protects 2 hits from the any enemy attack for all allies surrounding her. So she's absolutely best for a unit that does burst damage, a glass cannon. So she's great for that. She does fire damage. That's also decent term for the unit. She's just fairly below OP because her defense range is a cross, which is also unique, but not that cover. You know, you can't set up a team like that, unfortunately. So she's only an 8. She's almost up tier, but A tier, and you should get 7 for Himiko. So full link and a 1 no link. Azaz. She is only a B tier because she is gimmicky. She's a great defender. Now she does great job buffing the allies. It's hard to set up a team like that or whatever. The Azaz is very gimmicky how she needs to be triggered. And you need to have very specific setup for Azaz to be tanking the whole team. She is there more or less giving a buff to a unit, but she buffs the robot, and robot as AGS, and AGS is kind of, it doesn't go well together with the Bioroid, unfortunately. Either Bioroid goes well together or AGS go well together, but when you kind of trying to across both things, it's rather difficult. You don't get a perfect team for that as well. Like you don't get as many as team that cross between the Bioroid AGS, and you don't waste a freaking unit for just to make those team batch better. It's kind of iffy. So she's only B rank. She's decent, but just not that on there. The latest. Oh yeah, you need 6 units for Azaz. For the latest light units that ever come out, probably the latest one, second latest, is Mnemosyne, and she is A rank. She is the one of the very few water unit defender ish. Her main gimmick is counter damage, and she goes well with current like water type teams right now, and her defense is pretty good. Her key gives a lot of fire resistance. Only downside on her is that her defense range is kind of weird. It's like right side, I guess, rotating the counterclockwise T-ish, and That's weird setup for the unique setup for sure, and a weird setup. But she does a great debuff to the enemy, counter attacks with a light water damage, and she's great for that. So she's solid A tier, and you need a 7 for her, 6 for the full link, and 1 for the no link. Going down to S.Perrault, A rank. Oh no, S rank. Sorry. S.Perrault is B tier. She used to be great starter unit, including Valkyrie at the beginning of LOL, but now she's kind of, you know, pushed back into the old days, and then she needs a buff definitely. Even if you upgrade SS rank, you don't use her as attacker. You don't use her as a defender. You use her as attacker. So it's kind of meh right now. So you can use her, and then evasion kind of meta has been decayed over time. So she is kind of meh at the position. You can rather use, you know, other tank that can do as well as her equivalent. So she's kind of meh. You need to get 6 for the full link. Next one is the Atalanta. Trash. Solely trash. Like, I can't compare even with the Brownie. She is just trash. She only protects on the side of her, and she only buffs herself. It's kind of, and then she needs a stacking. Atalanta is definitely trash tier. There's no saving right now. She needs way more buff than she can ever hope for to be useful to setting up team. Any stacking buffs are kind of useless. So 6 for the full link. You don't need any more. Next one is the Baekto, A rank, solid A rank. She's evasion tank, but one of the evasion tank, she has neglect one of the reduce the enemy damage for 1 hit for every round for herself. So even if she doesn't evade, she can tank it. So that's why she's a great unit to use for newbie especially. And then she does the excuse me. I believe she does counter attack as well. Does she? Oh no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Never mind. Doesn't counter attack, but she she defends in a row. Defends in a row, and then she goes well with the Miho actually. So you can set up as an A rank, and yeah, for A rank she's great defender to use. For newbie as well. I say you need to get 7 for full link and a no link. Kumlan is B rank. She's very similar to the Baekto, but instead of doing a row protection, she does a column protection. Probably she need to be positioned in the very front. However, she doesn't do much. She also does counter attack on the front, but the problem is she doesn't have the damage reduction for the 1 hit as Baekto does, and that puts really her into the B rank tier, because she's a defender. She doesn't do output as much as the attacker. There are exceptions, but defenders are not. You have to be either built for the tanking, evading, or damaging, and then she's kind of in the middle. It's kind of iffy to use her. Okay, last S rank defender. Sunny, trash. I don't know what to say. She, in paper, looks great. Also the Kumlan is a 6 full link. She's good in paper. She can produce the hologram, but the problem is holograms are hard to use. How the hell do you use hologram? It takes a turn to produce it, and if they got hit and they got removed immediately, so it's completely useless to use it. And she is also evasion as well. So either it just, you know, you can't use it as a attacker, you can't use it as a, you know, just summoning a bunch of units, you can't use it as a herself as a defender, so it's kind of iffy. Well, it's not even kind of iffy, just iffy. So she's a trash. You need a 6 for full link. For manual, might be, but I'm giving a trash tier. I don't care. You don't use it other than the gimmicky situation. Alright, next going to the A rank. B rank, Maria is B rank. Only reason is that she's a B rank. She's nothing different than any other trash tier on here, except that she makes a unit wait a turn, and that has a great use for lots of other units. She can be used with Azaz, she can be used with the other unit Poi, and she can be used as a phantom. She can make the unit wait a turn. That is absolutely unique skill that you need to use it. You need to have it. Just because there's one unit that specifically uses her with her, you need to have it. So she's a B rank. That's it. You need to get 7. 6 for full link, 1 for no link. Albus is B rank. She recently got SS rank. She does a recent damage, but she does decent buffs to the units surrounding it. The problem is she just doesn't either. Okay, tank is supposed to be tanking it and then buffing it, but the problem is her buffs are kind of limited to the specific unit, so it's kind of iffy to use her. Like for B rank, she's a solid tank, but for the like higher content, it's hard to use it. So she's a B rank. She might change if the Bahala's teams get buff, just like a Valkyrie, you know, Nymph, you know, other Leona, you know, those get buff. Yeah, maybe. Obviously, can go up. Has a potential. All right, Cerberus. Where is it? A rank, solid A rank. She's easy to get for newbies, so definitely should get. She is also upgraded to SS rank. She's short behind. She's mostly used as attacker rather than tank, and she has some gimmicks of making enemy not to have a turn with a special gimmicks. So she's a great. She has her own unique weapon, and she does electric damage as well. And she also can be used as Sidus as well for Sidus team, and she's in that way she has more uses surrounding any other team. She can be used with the other team, she can be used with Sidus team, so on so. So Arbis is 6, Cerberus I say 7, 6 for full link and 1 for A rank, no link. You don't need SS rank for her. You can only have an A rank as well. Fortune, trash. Same reason as the Azaz, but even less because she's a A rank. Doesn't have any upgrade. She buffs the AGS. She doesn't do on her active, so doesn't do damage. She summons a protective unit that works same as the what is it? The Sunny's mechanism, but other than beside that, doesn't do anything. So trash rank. God. Alright, going to B rank unit. Gnome, she got an A rank. However, Trash. I don't use it. I can't use it. Same mechanism as the Fortune, Sunny. She has a summoning mechanism. Those are great. Like, it's really tanky summon. It doesn't. I don't think you can break that freaking summon thing. The problem is, she has to be used with Brownie and a Leprechaun. That is a problem. And she's only A rank, so maybe when she gets upgraded into the S rank or SS rank, she might be useful. But it just that her second skill is, even though it's great, it just doesn't have it. So 6 for full link, 6 for full link as well. Okay, Miss Safety. She is B tier. She might go A tier if she get a rank up. The reason why she get a B tier right now is that she's only A rank, and she has one skill that Kaen has, which is the self-provoke. So there are not many units who can do self-provoke, and the Miss Safety is one of them. But she can't tank too much. She's receiving all the damage from the enemy, but she can't tank that well. So she needs the other unit to support her that reduces the amount of attack you can possibly give. So she's only a B rank, but if she get a more passive by S rank or SS rank, she can go higher tier definitely. So 6 for full link, and there it is. Okay, lastly, the last B tier, B class protector, Yana, trash. Only reason Yana is a trash is because she doesn't have any passive. If she gets rank up, I am guessing she's going to A rank soon enough. The only reason Yana does not have any is trash because doesn't have it. She doesn't have any passive. Like none, zero, nada. Why would you use her? Why would you use her if you have Miss Safety? Why would you use her if you have A.Maria? Like, you have a better tank. So she's only there because that you need a 6 full link for the Yana. Alright. The last is the support unit. So going to SS rank, starting it Leona. B rank. I know it's kind of weird because her on paper she is absolutely buff giver, and she does huge buffs to the front and the back, and then she has own unique buff, own unique weapon. The problem is she needs to be at the center of the whole team. So she needs to be positioned at 5 to have a full potential of her buffs. There are many units that competes for the 5th location in there. So that's why she's a B. That's why she's a B, not A. Because there are other units that need to be on the 5th position to make the team work. It's just the Leona just gets in the way. If she doesn't have that requirement, she's a great. Also, she doesn't buff herself that much. This is a problem. Her passive 1, passive 2 doesn't buff her. She doesn't get buffed by that. She only gives a buff. And then her buff removal has, like, she has a cleansing active 2, and that is only useful if you get hit. The whole meta is right now is kill the enemy as fast as possible. She doesn't need to do that, so it's kind of waste of the potential. And her, team, the Valhalla, are kind of bad. So, in my opinion, she's a B rank. Maybe she get a buff. She can buff her to A rank. You need a 6 for 6 full link and 1 no link. Let's go. The next one is Honglan. Trash. She only buffs the what's that called? she only buffs the Monkus, which is the Starfish, Draco, Pinto, Miho. Yeah, that's it. Starfish, Draco, Pinto, Miho. Only 4 units, and you know, the other 3 is on the heavy. Other 2 is on heavy. Other 1 is on the flying, and Miho is right there. But she only buffs those units. If she buffs some other units with that kind of passive, she's great. She might even go to A rank. The problem is she only buffs the. Not only she does more buff to the Monkus, and she's just not useful without using that team. So she's a trash. I wouldn't use her. I'd rather use Leona if I need to buff it. Why would you use a Hongyan? Unless I'm using a Miho, Starfish, Draco, Pinto, all of them together. So that's why she's a trash rank. Oh yeah, lastly, no, not lastly. The ultimate, the ult link. ID is ult, period. Okay, so the Hongnan, you only need to get a 6 full link or 0 link if you want. ID, ult, doesn't need explanation, just get it, and you can get only one. She's ult. She can buff, she can attack, she can tank, but you know, how many units that you know it does that attack and a buff at the same time? She's OP. Screw you if you don't agree. I don't care. You can only get one, so you either full link or no link. There's no between. You can't get anywhere else anyway. She's up there, and there's why every single time in the guide, everyone asking you to get an ID, because game changes after you get ID, pretty much. Alright, next going Audrey. She's barely skipping the trash. The problem with the Audrey is that her buffs changes based on the location of where she's positioned, so that makes it difficult how to set up the T rank. You need to position her properly to get a specific buff for which column that she's positioned in. Also, she does the AP pump, but only a single unit, and you can't choose which one. It's a random. There's that. So she does, her attacks does some, you know, basically not make enemy don't move, but that's only a situational. So she barely escaped from the trash for being a decent buff actually, but she's not a A rank, at least in my opinion. You need to get around 7 full link and a no link. Armon is the next SS. She is A rank, definitely A rank. She does one thing that few unit does. She removes buff from the one unit, and based on her range, that can be targeted, or she can be used to buff allies, which is everyone in the freaking map. So that's pretty good, right? And then remove the cleansing of the issue. She also gives increasing damage, for enemy to take more damage to that. So she is definitely A rank, pretty good. Only downside is she's a very squishy, but that's a give or take. So she's definitely A rank. You need to get 7 for 1 full link and then 1 no link. Okay, Fokuru is everyone's favorite. I don't know why, but she barely escaped the B trash to a B rank. She's weird that she only buffs herself. That's a problem. Well, kind of. And when she buffs, if she waits, she give a damage to allies. So it's kind of iffy. She must attack. So she is designed to attack. So therefore, she's kind of not A tier, and she only buff herself. She's actually more specialized an attacker, and she removes a deep buff from the enemy from using an active 2, and she's the only few units that does a square attack on the A2. So decent, but not great. So that's why she's a B rank. Alright. Celestia, another everyone's favorite. I know everyone's gonna hate it. She's going on B rank. The problem with her is that she is hard to trigger to get a full potential out of it. You have to use Dark Elf and Light Elf to fully make a potential out of it. Otherwise, it's really hard to use her. Also, she needs to frequently use her second active. As soon as you use the second active, it like her AP control has to be perfect, and then you have to the allies get the damage. So it's kind of iffy when you use a broken unit as well as the other one. So she is definitely great, but B rank. Also, her active is only a cross attack, which is kind of meh-ish. So she's a B rank, like a Fokuro. She is close, but not there. If there is a more else unit added, she might be increased to A unit. It's just that her by itself doesn't cut it that much. She's a B rank. You need to get 6 for her. Actually 7. 6 for full link, 1 for no link. Fokuro, you need to get 6. Alright, Lian is a last SS support. She's definitely A rank. She does the increased damage taken by the enemy. She does damage buff to allies. Her single attack is kind of meh, but all other passive is great or works great with the units. It doesn't care what kind of units with her. So she's great enemy debuffer and ally buffer. So therefore, like, if there is no condition to apply to it, which makes it her very useful to put any team you want. You know, you can put in the light, flying, whatever, it doesn't matter. So she's definitely A tier, and everyone should agree on that one. So you need to get 7 for her, 6 for full link, 1 for no link. Alright. Move on to the Silky. I hate to do this. I really hate to do this, but she's a trash. Unfortunate. She used to be great AP pump. AP pump. Solid AP pump. But the problem is, she targets your allies random. You can't choose which one you to buff. You have to manually. That's the problem. She does like the highest AP pump that you can possibly hope for active 2. But you can't do it auto. Unless there's only one unit to do it. Right? She won't buff herself. But yeah, that's the problem. She doesn't buff allies. You know, just use the AP pump, other AP pump. You know, ID instead of Silky. So yeah. Unfortunately, she used to be a rank, but the meta has shifted. So she's trash. Carol, I like her, but trash. The problem? Stack. You have to get a stack. That's hard. No sir, no stacking, no stacking. If there's any stacking involved, you can't get it. She needs full 3 turn, maybe 2 turn to get a fully stack and buff allies, and then you have to wait for another turn to give that buff. And then she has to attack to give that stacking. No. She just not cut it. Yeah, unfortunately, no. She's a trash. Yumi, I am really debating between the B rank and a trash. But given that there are other units that can do better, she's definitely trash. Unfortunate. She does great evasion buff and the accuracy buff. However, and also +1 range if you need it, but the meta is -1 range, so you don't need it. I'm trying to actively decrease the range, but she increased the range, so it's meh. She's very situational. If you have it, that's great. If you don't have it, that's fine too. There's other way to get around it. So she is definitely a trash tier. All of these three, sorry, I forgot to mention, 6 each for full link. You don't even need a no link because you're not going to use it. Alright, next one is Aurora. I have to give her B rank. She's a decent buff giver for units surrounding her. She does a buff unit randomly by active 2. There are units that does better than her. She's just there. She's at the middle of the B rank. I can't give her anything more. She's definitely not trash, but she's there. You need to get 7, 6 for full link and 1 for no link. Aurelia, the another infamous SMR Joy character. Trash. Same reason as Tachi. Trash. Unfortunate. Trash. The problem is she used the same mechanic as 3 different items. Like, what kind of newbie will upgrade 3 different items for 1 unit that you might or might not use it? And her buff that she's given is only a cross. That is a problem. If she gives the buffs to everyone in the whole team, she might go to the A rank. But she only gives on the cross ring. And you have to really, juggle with how the team's set up. So she's only useful, only situational with the 3 items that you have to upgrade to, like, which is very costly. She's only a trash. Alright, Muse. Muse is interesting. She is B tier. She doesn't do much, but she buffs the speed quite immensely for B tier, like for S rank unit. So she's there, and she is one of them make speed reduction protected, speed debuff protection. So she's very unique on that. Otherwise, she's not that trash because speed is pretty important in the last origin. So she's there for full for B tier. For Aurora and the Muse, so Muse 7 unit, 1 full link. No, you can actually get away with actually 1 unit. You don't have to too much worry about the full link. Loria 6 because you don't want to care. All right, going to A tier, going to the A rank. Constantia used to be A rank, but now she is B tier. She's getting close to the trash. She used to be the fastest attacker in the game, which was she was used with the Sowan to trigger the Sowan. In that sense, she was pretty great. The problem is the meta has shifted, so she has been just slowly decreasing her tier list. So Constantia is only a B tier, and you don't need even a 1 link. Just go for a full link in it. Okay, next one is Bera. Trash. Okay, when was the last time you actually think I need to use Bera? None. This is a problem with the Valhalla's teams. They're not that great. They're all here. Like she just barely made a tier by SS rank, but the Balalas teams are not that great. So, and she's a support that want to be attacker, which is kind of meh. So she's there. All right. Also, yes, the 6-4 full link. Mighty R, trash. Nah, she just barely made it to B rank. She has SS rank. She is considered as a Super Saiyan, as a meme. She is great for, large damage. But the problem is, you have to stacking. Stacking is always a problem in the Last Origin. You can't stack too much. So you need to stack her like 2 times at least to make her damage great. She just barely moved her up here because she has potential to be great one-on-one. But why would you use the, Mighty R when you can use a Charlotte? When you can use someone who can do solo damage, which is Kaen, let's say Sowan, who will do tremendous damage by just attacking a lot of time. So she's kind of meh. B tier, 6-4 fully. Scotty, I want to give her to the B rank, but she hasn't made it there yet. She's a trash. I just cannot use her. To use her effectively, you have to use active 1 and active 2 in the same turn. And that's not possible. Currently, her setup is you have to use it. She doesn't do that. She can't do that. It's very hard to do. So she's a trash. Like newbies shouldn't use her. Use someone else to do damage. There are more attackers that does more damage than her. By just using the just use a freaking Werewolf will do better damage than Scotty eventually, short term. And if enemy dies, who cares? So she's unfortunately trash tier. But if she get a SS rank, she might go up. Depends. Alright, the last S rank, A rank, Underberry, is trash. She's a meme, and there's why she's a meme. Because she doesn't actually go to the thing. She only works with the Leona to be working greatly, and then she needs to work with her buff setup with the Leona. It's gonna be difficult to set it up. It's kind of, why would you use a 2 support where you can just get away with a better support? She's only an A rank. However, if she gets the S rank, SS rank, she might go A rank or B rank, depends on how the buffs goes up. So she is 1 for no link, and Scotty is 6 for full link. Alright, we have last 3 left. Oh my god, it has been a long way. Brownie, trash. No question about it. S rank, still trash. Because she can be only used with Leprechaun. Leprechaun can be only used with the... Brownie also can be only used with Tomo and a Draco and Werewolf and a Charlotte. There is no other way she can be used other than those combination. It's impossible. B, a trash rank. Like if you want to use it, sure, but don't invest too much. 6 for full link. Gremlin, B tier. Only reason you use her is because if you upgrade to the A rank, she gives a -1 range. There are OS that gives -1 range, but there are no units whatsoever that give -1 range. So she's very special in that, for that sense, same as A.Maria. She gives something that is special that no other character gives. So she gets the B rank. She doesn't do tanking well. She doesn't do anything other than providing the -1 range. And that's about it. Okay. So LOL. I would almost give a O, but she's not there yet. So I'm getting an A rank. If she gets SS rank, she might go to O, but for now, she is at the A rank. Oh yeah, for her, you need to get 1. You don't need more than 1. For LLL, she does fantastic buff. She does fantastic A2, which debuff enemy in 1 turn. And everything about her is great, except she doesn't have SS rank. She's in borderline between the OP and A. She need SS to get an OP. There is a whole condition for that. You need to get also I have to consider that it costs a dust to upgrade from all the way from B rank all the way to S rank. And if she get an SS rank, getting a dust for SS rank is hard for the newbies, and it's not easy to get. She is not easy to get compared to the other units to get an S rank, and she's only useful if you upgrade all the way to the S rank. So that's why she's at A rank, and if she get SS rank, she might go up, and you need a 7, 6 for full link, 1 for no link. Alright, that's for all the light units for the entire Last Origin for August 23rd. I'll do the flying tier list later, and I'll upload this on the YouTube. You know, you might disagree or agree with my choice on the tier list, but if you have a complaint, make your own video. Alright, I don't care. This is my personal opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to, follow it. Go do your own research. Go make, go read the Wikipedia. Go read the freaking thing. Just, follow up your things. Don't complain to me that, your opinion sucks. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. So, that's it for the tier list. And thank you for watching for that. And I'll put all the description on the I'll try to put the description on the all the tier list on the description of the YouTube, and I'll see you on the flying units.